Apple just released iOS 16.3 to the public. You can go ahead and update your iPhone starting today, and in this video I'm covering everything new in 16.3. Let's go ahead, roll the intro, and jump right in. The first major new feature in 16.3 is support for a physical security key in order to authenticate your Apple ID with two-factor authentication. This is an optional feature that requires a hardware security key in order to sign into your Apple ID on a different device. Once you switch over to a hardware key, you are not able to use that 6-digit code in order to sign in. So if you lose any of your security keys, you are going to be locked out of your Apple ID forever. There are a bunch of different keys that you can get on the market right now. Now, I don't have any to show you in this video. Some you have to plug into your iPhone, iPad, or MacBook, and some also work with NFC. So if you really care about security on your Apple ID, switching over to a hardware key for two-factor authentication is definitely the best way to keep your Apple ID secure. Another new security-related feature in 16.3 is support for advanced data protection around the world. Previously, in iOS 16.2, Apple released advanced data protection. However, this was only available in the United States. And now with iOS 16.3, users everywhere can now turn this on. When you have advanced data protection turned on, it's going to encrypt more of your data stored in iCloud. And if you have a HomePod and use handoff, you're also going to notice a new prompt when you hold your iPhone next to your HomePod. I presume this is because of the new HomePod that Apple just released. 16.3 also introduces some new features for the HomePod Mini. Now, since the HomePod Mini first came out, each one had a built-in humidity sensor and a temperature sensor. But for some unknown reason, Apple completely disabled those sensors up until today. So now when you go ahead and update your HomePod Mini to version 16.3, you're able to open up the Home app and see different details about the climate of the room your HomePod is in. Apple has also updated emergency SOS with iOS 16.3. In iOS 16.2 and earlier, the way to call 911 with the buttons on your iPhone was simply by pressing and holding the volume up button and the power button. Apparently, Apple was receiving a bunch of complaints that people's iPhones were randomly triggering emergency SOS, either in their purse or their pocket. So now in 16.3, in order to call 911 with the buttons on your iPhone, you have to press and hold the buttons and then release the buttons. You also see the wording updated in settings as well to reflect this. Apple has also included an all-new Unity wallpaper in 16.3 to celebrate Black History Month. You'll notice that this wallpaper also includes some custom fonts, which can only be enabled with this wallpaper. You can also change the color of this wallpaper. Some of my favorites include blue and purple. If you have an iPhone 14 Pro, you're also going to notice a really cool style with the always-on display if you have the Unity wallpaper turned on. And that's going to pretty much do it for the new features in 16.3. However, we also do have a few bug fixes as well. The first one is for users of the iPhone 14 Pro. In iOS 16.2, a lot of 14 Pro users were complaining about a really weird horizontal lines bug, and people thought that this was a hardware issue on the 14 Pro. However, Apple has confirmed that this was a software bug, so if you were seeing those random horizontal lines on the lock screen of your 14 Pro, that should now be fixed in 16.3. And 16.3 also fixes the black wallpaper bug. Personally, I experienced this in 16.2 and it was so annoying every time it would happen. So every now and then I would unlock my iPhone and the wallpaper would just be completely black. So if you have that issue in 16.2, it is now fixed in 16.3. So that's everything new in iOS 16.3. As I said, it is a pretty small update, and you know it's a small update when the first thing Apple mentions in the release notes is a new wallpaper. I honestly think that we're done now with big updates for iOS 16, and the next big update is obviously going to be iOS 17, and we're going to see the first beta for that in June. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below and tell me what you think of the new wallpaper included with this update. My name is Michael with IDB. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.